Welcome everybody to Hardcore Heroes. How are you guys doing this fine Thursday afternoon?
Pretty good, yeah. Being in work, going to work tomorrow. Still not Masters and Heroes, but
Oh,
if the game had been on Friday, I think maybe I want to get it tonight. So, because I said last week I'll be Masters this time next week. But we're a day early, so
well, you get a whole extra week to prove it then. Lucky you.
yeah.
What makes you think you're almost Masters and Heroes, though?
Because you can tell, right? So they've changed the rank system. So I'm Diamond 1, and then when you get to 1,000 points, you get a promotion game, and then if you win that game, you're up to Masters. So
That seems a little odd.
why?
Well, okay, so at least in StarCraft it worked that the top, 10% were Masters and the next 10% were Diamond, etc., etc., etc. So it seems weird that you could be bumped up into the next rank without someone else being bumped down. So
It was 2%. It was 2% in StarCraft, by the way.
Well, I was just using percentages. The numbers.
But
I think that's just how they wind up falling statistically. I imagine there's like some variance from time to time. Like it's not always a flat 2% are in this tier. It goes up and down a little bit from time to time.
I think it's only the top 1% they say in Heroes, I think. But yeah, I guess you can know for sure when you're going to go up. Grandmaster is different though. Grandmaster is like, I think you just go up from Masters when you enter the top 500 or whatever it is.
Right. Well, good luck on making Masters and Heroes.
Thank you.
Van Helsing.
I don't do anything with my life. I played Dwarf Fortress. I finally got into that. It's that game that I've like gotten into like a little bit over the past couple of years, and I finally decided to commit some time and get started on it. It's fun. It's terrifying, but it's fun. It's one of those games where you play it and you don't really know if you're doing things right, but things are at least working out in the short term, and then undead come and kill all your dwarves and you have to start all over again. It's kind of one of those games where you never know if you're doing it right, and I kind of like that about it. I cannot find iron to save my fucking life. I've been looking for... I made a new fortress right before we started playing, and I think I've dug out the entire sediment layer and found nothing but fucking lead.
At least it's not bronze, eh?
No, bronze would be better. I can't make weapons out of lead. I need to make weapons.
All right. Hey, it reminds me though, talking about games, chat, me and Sean and Greg been playing Neverwinter Nights 1, and Neil's going to come and play. He promised me. So everyone in chat's come and play as well.
I said pin the link.
So
that's as good as a blood oath,
Yeah, the server is called Aralith. Me and Van are playing Van and Malachi.
Oh, nice.
So yeah. So get on there. Yeah, look, my ale, he knows.
Yep.
You got his name right the first time around. It took me like 3 years to pronounce his name right.
How else would you say it?
No. I can't think of how else to say it now, but earlier I had like 5 different ways of saying it. My all
right.
my Ali, my eel. I don't know.
Well, all right. Well, there you go. That's my plug.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's talk last session. What happened?
I think I should do it, Sean.
Yeah, because you're probably going to level up this session.
Yeah, I'd hope so. Well, unless I die. So not that much actually happened last session. For about an hour and a half.
Not that much happened. He says
For
after acquiring a couple of powerful magical items.
Well,
No big deal. We just got like a magic cloak and magic sword and a magic potion and raided this castle. And not a big deal, whatever.
Yeah, we were trying to take it easy last session.
Well, I guess
you guys could use a little break in the tension.
It was a different kind of tension. It wasn't battle tension. It was hype. Not hype's the wrong word. Heist tension. So we spent about an hour and a half with me studying with Aldrich as he failed to learn invisibility and I learned dispel magic.
He did not fail to learn invisibility. He got tired of the bullshit of the spell and decided that it wasn't worth his time to continue studying it.
Right, sorry. Yeah.
Right.
I also know of that frustration.
Yeah, you're right. He totally failed.
So then we were getting ready to head out to Anvil to go and kill Carrick. when we heard that Count Vicious of Remote Fortune had sent an army and blockaded their port to recapture the town. But we thought we'd go anyway, just in case they needed a hand or if there was any magic scimitars lying around. Just before we left, some guy from Whiteshore said that my father was meant to be meeting him down there, but the ship never turned up. So we kind of decided we'd go and look into that once we'd helped Vicious with Anvil. So we headed up to Anvil. Turned out everyone was right. The city had already been taken. Carrick's head was mounted on a pike in the center of town, and it seemed like all was lost. However, some clever use of magic led us to realize that the magic scimitar was being held in a room in the keep. The keep was heavily guarded. And then for the next 2 hours, we kind of planned and executed a heist into the keep to steal the magic items, which we did successfully. You'll have to go and watch if you haven't seen it for the details. We returned to Darth and the dogs jubilant at our victory. And Darth seemed a little bit unsure that we'd stolen this stuff. Bit of a hypocrite, some might say. And we decided to leave. And in the morning, Darth had gone. He'd left, and I think that's where we are taking up. We're just outside Anvil, or on the edge of the firewood. Just woke up, realized Darth's gone.
Yep.
All right. So the party is just on the edge of the firewood, and yeah.
Okay.
Why don't you guys take it away?
Realizing that Darth's gone, I quickly check my bag for Joris's spellbook.
It is there still. Looks
I
like
think-
he took absolutely nothing that wasn't already on his back.
You'd think if he was going to run off, Van, that he would have taken this with him.
We should at least be cautious, move our campsite as quick as we can. And Van is going to start memorizing 2 spells really fast, 2 first level spells, so it's only going to take 20 minutes.
Okay.
And then
Do you think he'd tell the gods?
I hope not, but it's better safe than sorry.
This is most curious. I'm not sure what to do.
Well, we can go in search of him. I'm not opposed to that. We just need to make sure that we just need to make sure that we are safe. I don't want to go in search of him only be run down by guards.
Well, the way I see it, Neil, can we? Because I say, sorry. Depends which way he's gone. Has he gone back to Anvil, or is he stupid enough to try and cross the Ashlands himself?
Well, I memorized the spell. You see if you can find some tracks.
Yes. So, Neil, I consult my wisdom and try and look for any obvious signs in the direction that Darth's gone.
Excellent. Make me a tracking check, which, as an unproficient tracker who's not a ranger, is going to be a wisdom check at -11.
It's 11?
-6 for not being a ranger, and -5 for being unproficient.
It's a 1 and automatic.
Wait, but
pass, though.
we don't have proficiencies.
Right, but we're going to do it as if we did. Like, if you, for example, you're a stonemason, right? That's your background?
Yeah.
So if you were going to do some sort of, like, stonemasonry thing, I'd still make you make a stonemasonry check.
Okay.
Like, yeah, we're just doing awkward proficiency.
That makes sense, because I think Greg had Hunter or something, so he had tracking listed as something he was good at.
Right.
Is 1 a pass? Because otherwise I can't
1
pass.
is always a pass.
Big money? Oh.
You double pass, Nick.
Failing that, I go up to Baron and I say, Darth?
Woof! Woof!
God damn it. Van, I can't see any tracks.
Van's just lost in thought at this point, praying for some early spells.
I guess, is it a clear day, Neil? Can I look into the distance towards Anvil?
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. I can actually tell you what the weather's like today, because we spent a few hours planning out the weather for the next few months.
Marvelous.
All right, today is the 7th of July. It is a Thursday. It is a mostly clear day. The temperature is a lovely, like 82 degrees Fahrenheit, Celsius. And yeah.
All right. Well, I look into the distance. Do I see anyone in the distance?
you see many people in the distance.
Really? Was that unusual? 'Cause we're quite
No,
far out,
that's
right?
totally normal. The normal
Okay.
amount of people in the distance. Because, there's a whole army camped here, right? So you see
Yeah.
horses riding around, you see, like,
Yeah, but-
tents and banners flying about.
We're quite far away from Anvil, though, right? Where we was in
Yeah,
where
we
we
were
Yeah,
a
were.
few
that's
hours
4
in the
miles.
village.
Okay. So we're not that far away from where there are soldiers, then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, Van. Maybe we should make a move.
Right. Has it been 20 minutes by chance
Sure.
since he started searching? All right. So I'm going to cast a spell on both of us. I cast Pass Without Trace. Got 2 of them. They're both first level. It lasts for 1 hour. For that hour, we are completely untraceable through any non-magical means. We do not leave any tracks. We can't be followed by scent. Nothing like that.
You're gonna
Very
have to carry
nice.
the dogs, Van.
That's true. We do have the dogs.
Does it only
It's
affect 2
alright.
people?
It affects 1 person, but I took 2 of it. It's first level, so I spent 20 minutes getting 2 spells.
Okay.
Well, you could you could spend another 20 minutes.
Yeah, because I can still memorize spells. I just want to get like some early movement, move away from this campsite, and not be like immediately obvious where we went.
Okay. Let's move into the woods a little bit, shall we?
Yeah.
Off the road. Yeah.
So we walked for like 10 minutes, 10, 15, and I think we're gonna start memorizing spells for the day.
Sure.
Yeah. So as we're walking, then I say, I think that one of us should go and see if Darth went to Anvil. I could cast invisibility and just have a look around for him.
Sure, just be careful when you go.
Are you all right to stay here?
Yeah, I can keep the dogs company.
Okay. So Neil, I've still got some spells left over from yesterday, but I will need to relearn Invis
Okay.
and Levitate. So I'll relearn both of them before going.
I'm basically changing everything, so it's gonna take a while for me to do all my spells.
So you're going to go back into Anvil and look for clues as to whether or not Darth has sold you out to other people.
I
Well, I'm
think
actually
he's-
going to go to the village that we were staying at, which I assume is the closest village to where we are. So I'm going to cast Invis on myself, and I'm going to I'll say to Van, I'll be back in how long would it take to walk to Anvil?
An hour. And
I'll be back in like 4 hours.
All right.
Okay.
Good luck.
All right. So I cast Invis and head to that village.
All right, that village is, 30 minutes away. So you make it to the village, easy peasy.
Yes. So I head to the barn we were staying in. Is
You
it on-
find that same farmer who had allowed you to stay there. He is in the barn right now, milking some goats.
Okay. I have a look around. The box that had all the stuff in, that Van left the general's journals in there, is that still there?
How did you leave it? That's my question.
I think we just closed it up and left it all there.
I forgot that you had left that there. Okay, in that case, you do not see the farmer there. You do see the farmer there, but he's there with like 6 soldiers, and they're all looking at the box. The top has been pried open, and the soldiers are standing around with their hands on their hips, looking at this. And the farmer's got his hands in the air. He's like, I just woke up this morning, and the box was there. I ain't got no clue how it got there, and lid was already off. Trust me, I take nothing from there. If I was gonna take something, why would I come and tell you the box was here? Look, guys, I don't want no trouble. I just want my barn back. I got some goats to milk. As you can see, Deb's bladder over there is just about bulging. So, can you get this stuff out of here?
I shall wait. I'll wait 10 minutes to see how this plays out, see if he says anything about a cleric and a wizard or describes me in Van or anything like that.
So the guards, 2 of them start moving the box. The other 4, 2 of them start searching the barn, and the other 2 stay with the guy. And one of them goes, all right. So, mister, you ain't got no idea how this box showed up in your barn? Rightly, I don't. Well, have you seen anything suspicious about? Anything unusual? Nothing too unusual. I had a couple of passers-by stay here. I guess that might be a little unusual. Well, who are these passers-by? Be honest, I wasn't paying too much attention to their name. It's been kind of hard here lately, so I just took their coin without asking any questions. One of them had this bright shining armor. No, there were three of them. One of them had like the big, what do you call that when it's just metal armor across your body? Plate mail? Yeah, plate mail. The other one had a weird-looking staff with a bag over the top. He looked like one of those weird wizardy types. You know, he kind of smelled a little funny. He had all these different bags hanging from his waist. He had that, like, you know, nose in the air sort of look. Yeah, that's definitely a wizard. Okay. Yeah, and the other guy, he was kind of unremarkable, wearing some sort of, like, leather armor with metal studs on it and had a sword. Alright, so 2 warriors and a wizard. Yeah, something like that. Again, I don't know their names, but I've been in desperate need of coin ever since that asshole took over Anvil. I'm real proud of what you guys did for us there. Thank you. It was nothing. No, really, thank you. I can keep this up all day, guys.
No, all right. So I will, Darth was having a nice time in the tavern in this little village, I seem to remember. I will head to that tavern. See if I can find Darth.
Alright, you find the tavern. There's a bunch of drunken soldiers out front of it, singing songs and swaying back and forth with each other.
Can I get in without bumping into one of them?
The door is shut. Outside, there are a bunch of people sitting on casks doing the swaying and singing, but the door to the tavern is shut itself.
Alright, then I'll... I don't see Darth, do I?
No.
Can I peer through a window?
Yeah, totally.
Is there people inside? Darth inside?
It's morning. There is nobody inside except for what you presume to be the tavern owner and maybe some family members who are doing some cleaning and shuffling things about.
Okay. Is there anywhere else in this town that somebody might congregate? A church or something, a temple?
There's tons of places people would congregate and conjugate.
Okay, then I'll do the rounds of the town. Just have a quick look. So I figured that if he was going to shop us, he'd do it here.
Yeah. So you walk around. You don't see Darth anywhere, but you do see a large soldier presence just doing their thing.
Mm-hmm. The guards that found the box, how urgent did they seem?
I wouldn't say urgent. I would say frustrated and annoyed.
Didn't seem like it was a massive deal to them that much.
I would say it seemed important, but it seemed more like a pain in the ass. Like, we gotta do this, this is important, but what the hell, man? You know? Kinda like when you have to file your work hours for your job. Like, it's important that you log your hours, but it's a pain in the ass to be like, I spent 3 hours on this project and 2 hours on this project.
Oh my god, don't talk to me about timesheets, holy shit.
That's exactly how it looked.
That pissed me off so much. Because I work in consulting, right, so we bill our clients by the hour, so it's fucking goddamn it.
Mm-hmm. And somehow you got to fill out how, like, those hours in between where you're not really working on anything, but you have to bill the hours to someone. And your bosses say, don't lie about your timesheets, but make sure you logged 8 hours today. And you're like, what the fuck, guys?
That is exactly how it is. All right, is there any other villages that are sort of as close to where we were as this one? Or is this easily the closest one? Is this the first one?
Easily the closest one.
Okay, it's been like an hour, right, since I left Van.
Yeah, maybe an hour and a half. You're being.
Is there a next village on the road?
There are kind of villages spread out with trails leading to different ones.
So there's no obvious one.
Mm-mm.
Well, no sign of Darth.
Do you really think Darth is smart enough to skip this village and go to the next one over?
No. Well, if he was going to shop us, then he'd just go to the first village. And I think if he was trying to escape, then he wouldn't... I don't think he'd come back this way. I think he was worried about being caught. I think he was worried about being blamed for what we did. So then the last place he's going to want to go is back here. So I think I decide to head back.
If I finish memorizing spells before Nick gets back, I want to actually head back to our campsite and take a quick look around, see if I can find some tracks myself.
All right, give me a wisdom check at -11.
All right, it's possible for me.
You only need a 6, man.
Yeah, a 6.
Whoa. Do it, come on.
There we go. Nope.
No. You actually probably needed a 5 because it's been, because it's been 12 hours since you left, so that's another -1.
Really? He left in the night.
Yeah. Well, he left sometime. It's been roughly 12 hours.
If
Okay.
he spends more time, he can make another check, remember?
Yes, you get a maximum of 2 checks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, if he's like, yeah, I mean, it was only like a 10-15 minute walk, so I guess I can wait a while and take a second check. We'll see how this goes. Oh, there we
Yes.
There you go. You do find some tracks in the grass that are headed westward out into the Ashlands.
go. Okay, so he didn't go back to Anvil.
All right. Well, I get back maybe half an hour after I finish searching that village, I guess. I find our campfire and then head into the woods and find Van.
Yep.
Van, it's me.
Malachi, I think you went the wrong way. I went back to check the tracks. It doesn't look like Darf went back to Anvil.
Well, if he's in the Ashlands, then maybe we could use that spell of yours so we don't need to sleep, and we could catch up with him. But
Is there any reason to run him down?
well, I think he's been a little bit hasty. He's probably going to die out there on his own.
That's true. I don't really want to go through the Ashlands myself, though.
Well, we haven't really got much of a choice. Ain't no boat gonna come and pick us up on the coast.
True enough.
We've got a bit of a problem. You remember the general's journal that you left in the barn?
Yeah.
Well, the farmer found it and told the guards. They came. I saw the whole thing, and he gave them a description of us. So,
Well, I mean, I suppose it's a good thing we were fairly careful. I didn't have my symbol out, so it's not like they know I'm a cleric.
yeah, I don't think they know you're a cleric, but they know I'm a wizard, and he remembered the staff with the bag.
Do you have invisibility on you?
Nope.
Have you memorized your spells today? Oh, wait, you did. You did before you left.
I just memorized one, so I guess I haven't got. I've only got the spells that I had left over from yesterday, plus the invis that I cast.
Okay. Oh, so you're still invisible.
Yeah, I'm still invisible. But
Okay.
I say, he couldn't remember our names though, so he didn't know we were from Shirebrook or anything about us really. I think if we just get out now, we probably are scot-free. They didn't seem that concerned.
We might want to head south a little bit before we start going west.
How do you figure that?
If you can't make all of us invisible, I'm not sure if it'd be a good idea for us to be heading west when these guards could track us down.
I think I'm getting confused as to the map here. Let me open Arcadia's map.
Sure. But I think it's like we had a campsite. So from our campsite, we could see people off in the distance, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you can see people off towards the town and towards Anvil. There's people all
So
over the
then,
place.
so then south would take us along the woods to the coast. North would take us roughly back to the village, maybe like a little northeast, and then west would go into the Ashlands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not just head west?
I'm worried that if we're seen walking in the distance, they might be able to recognize me. This plate armor is rather distinctive, Malachi.
If we just walk off the trail in the forest, I'm sure that no one will see us. Like, if we're just like 50 feet in the trees, Neil, no one would be able to see us, would they?
But we have to leave the trees to go west. If we're going to chase them into the Ashlands, there's no trees that we can use as cover.
What do you say, Neil? Do the tracks go through an uncovered area?
Yeah, they just go out into the open ashlands westward.
I think if we head out now, we should be fine. They're looking for 2 people or 3 people. If you want to, well, I mean, we can head south a bit if you want, but I don't want to lose the tracks. Maybe if we walk for an hour, if we go south and then walk for an hour west and then head back up north to try and find the tracks.
Yeah, let's go west and then head. So let's go southwest, then north. I'm sure we can catch up to Darf. I don't think he was running.
Yeah.
Actually, would I be able to tell that, Neil? Because like you could generally tell from like a stride whether or not somebody's like running or
No,
walking.
it doesn't look like he's running. At least not here in the area around the camp.
Okay. So yeah, then I think we'll head south for a little while, go west, then head up north.
So you're
Any
heading
idea
south, then west, then north?
Or sorry, not west, east. Or no,
South.
west. I'm right with west.
When we go
south
by
and
north,
west,
you know.
then...
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to
So
head
we're-
into the forest and then head westward out towards
I think
the
along the
Ashlands?
forest that these people aren't like in our sight anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're gonna head west, and then we're gonna head north, like northeast or northwest back into the Ashlands to try and catch up with Darf.
All right. Well, the Ashlands are a pretty big area. If you're not following his tracks precisely, you're not really going to be able to find him. You know,
Yeah, I
like
think we
if
should
it's a
just-
big,
So-
wide open area without any real distinctive markers, and if you're not all following the tracks, you won't be able to pick them up in the future.
I think we should just follow them, Van. I think we'll be all right.
All right.
If the guards chase us out, we can deal with them.
Fair enough. Let's make it fairly quick then. So I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace on all of us, including the dogs. I took 4 of it.
Nice.
So I refresh Pass Without Trace on all of us, and then I think we're just gonna like force march for a solid while here, just however long the Pass Without Trace lasts. I think we want to cover as much ground as we can while we don't leave any tracks or scent.
Yeah.
Hey. You guys head out into the Ashlands, doing your best to follow Darf's tracks.
I am invisible.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's...
For the record, I've got 2 sleeps, 1 hold portal, 1 levitate, and 1 monster summoning.
Once we get to a point where there's nobody in like visual sight anymore, I think Van will take the magic scimitar out of his backpack and like unwrap it, have it ready to be pulled out and used in a fight. But while there's still people around, I think he just kind of keeps it wrapped up in his backpack.
Who's got the cape? Do I have it? Give it to me.
Yeah,
Yes,
I think
I've got it on my character sheet. No. I'm not wearing it though.
we're gonna get run down.
Nah.
So...
A chimera.
If only.
25 guards.
I need to open up my counter table. Surprise,
I'm not-
surprise. You guys didn't pick up on it.
I'm not that well equipped for combat here.
I have some.
Let's hope it's not too bad.
All right,
Well, let's hope-
you guys pass the day.
All right.
Walking through the Ashlands. After a good 12 hours of walking, it's July, so you can probably walk for like 14 hours before you need to start making camp. And breaking. Oh no, you stayed up. You've been up for a few hours doing this stuff. So like 12 hours later,
Okay.
you've been following Darf's tracks as best as you can. I don't know how long that tracking check lasts for.
Can we tell if we're catching up with him?
I don't think you guys know that.
What? I mean, if I was able to like find his tracks and he was making them consistently, would I have to constantly roll checks to see if I can keep following them?
I figure if you're following tracks, occasionally you might have to re-roll them. Let me check the rules here on tracking. You
I
might
think,
not need to, according to the book.
Only if he was making some attempt to hide them, I would say.
Additional proficiency checks are rolled in the following situation. The chance to track decreases. A second track crosses the first. The party resumes tracking after a halt to rest, to eat, fight, etc. Once the tracker fails a proficiency check, another can be rolled after spending at least 1 hour searching the area for new signs. Okay. So I presume at some point during the day you're going to stop and rest, right? You're not going to walk straight for 14 hours without breaking for food or water or anything.
Would it be reasonable, because like we have iron rations, right? Which is mostly just dried stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Is it reasonable to like eat and drink while you're like just going for like an easier walk? Like go for
Yeah.
like a shorter walk?
But if you're not going to walk for 12 hours without stopping, right? I think it makes sense to.
Yeah, I am encumbered. I'd probably stop at some point in the
Yeah,
day.
I think it makes sense to make a second proficiency check partway through the day.
Okay. We can both help them.
Yeah, so we can both make up to 2.
Yeah. So, well, hold on. So, if someone's helping you make a proficiency check, I think each helping person just adds +1 to it.
Couldn't we make them separately though?
I think that's what they try to avoid by giving the +1 when someone's helping you.
So it's basically a -1 to my roll.
Right. Hold on. Let me double check that because I might be mixing this up with 5th edition. The rules are.
I understand that with some things, but yeah.
Using non-potent proficiencies.
Have we been going in a straight line though?
I know you can help with some things, like with strength checks, but I'm not sure if that's in the rules for tracking.
Right. It might not be in here for tracking. Okay. When 2 proficient characters work together on the same task, the highest score is used. Furthermore, a +1 bonus is added for the character's assistance. Bonus can never be more than +1, as having too many assistants is sometimes worse than having none. So as it is, you're not supposed to be able to make unproficient proficiency checks. So I'm just going to say you guys get to make 1 and pick 1 person, and since the other person's not proficient, no bonus.
Okay.
Roll it. But Neil, have we been going in a straight line?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So we can always guess if we get screwed. 7 is a fail, so I don't get the bonus, because if I get the bonus, I pass.
I would say that actually there's occasional signs of passage, since you're not on normal ground or wood floor. So that's a +2. So it's -11 for not being proficient and not being a ranger. Every 12 hours since the trail was made is -1. Occasional signs of passage or dust would be +2. There's no rain or snow. No one's trying to hide their trail. So a total of -10. So 7
That's
is
a pass.
on the nose.
Yeah.
Boom.
All right, so you
Right.
pick it up again after you're breaked for lunch and push on out through the day.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you still haven't seen him. The sun is beginning to set.
That's fine.
Should we carry on walking, Van?
I don't want to go through the night. I think it's a good idea for us to rest.
Can we see a fire in the distance?
Oh yeah, is there any like smoke?
No, it's not. You know that Darf didn't really have much on him, right? He just basically had his weapons and armor. I think you're probably wondering how he's going to survive out here without food or water.
That's fine. Are there so going through these? Did I ever see any bushes with like berries on them?
Yeah, but you weren't sure if they were edible or not.
That's fine. I don't need them to be edible
Okay.
because I can make them edible.
Right.
You sure you don't want to keep walking, Van? He might not last the night.
I think he'll last. I think we're in more danger trying to go all night. Plus, there's some magic I can memorize in the morning if I get a night of rest.
All right. I could do with a rest.
Sure. Are you injured at all, or either of the dogs?
No.
Okay. So I'm gonna. Yeah, I think I just rest for the night, and then I'll burn some spells in the morning so that I can take some things to help Darf out.
Is there any wildlife around, Neil?
You see little mice, and maybe some small scorpions. The occasional, like, large scorpion that's maybe 2 feet across. But they seem content to leave you guys alone. They have no desire to come after you.
Nothing that strikes me as good food, then. I won't bother. All right, well,
Malachi.
Some parts of the world eat scorpions.
Yeah.
They're considered a delicacy.
Malachi, do you I can cast a spell on you in the morning. Let you take a quick hour-long nap. Would you rather stay up the night, keep watch, make us a little bit safer?
We could use all the time we could use all the time to keep going after Darth, though. Taking an extra hour in the morning might be
if he's losing energy, it's like if he's starting to get hungry, if he's starting to get thirsty, I think he might slow down even. I'm not sure we're pressed for time here. I don't think an extra hour is going to make the difference.
Very well. I can keep watch.
Okay. So Van will sleep for the night, and I think Malachi is just going to stay up and keep watch.
I'm invisible, so I'll sit with the dogs while they sleep.
Okay.
Should I
That'd
use
be cool. You like pull the light off the staff and just light comes out of nowhere because you're invisible. That'd be great.
You guys stop for the night to make camp. That night, you hear howling out in the distance.
I've got 60 feet around me, right? So if I see anything, if it's coming.
How far off does it sound? Is it like they're close by in a hill or like way off in the distance?
Definitely not close.
Okay.
And does it sound like dogs or wolves?
Can you really tell the difference between a wolf howl and a dog howl?
Well, yeah,
I don't
mean,
think
like,
there's much of a difference. I think they're pretty much the same thing.
I don't think bloodhounds howl though, is what I'm getting at here.
That's true. Bloodhounds have kind of a scraggly growl.
Yeah, so it's not that, right? It's more like
it probably doesn't sound like either wolf or dog, to be honest.
What might actually help is what direction does it come from?
Yeah.
You know how it is when you're out in the woods. You hear a howl, you've got no idea where that shit comes from.
There's no trees though, so
That's
wouldn't
true.
we have like
but
clear?
You're still out in the open. You just hear a howling noise.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I keep an eye out, right? I'm not being distracted by anything.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it kind of continues throughout the night. At some point, it gets a little bit closer, but it never gets too close, and nothing ever jumps out at you.
Okay.
Yeah, and eventually you guys wake on up in the morning.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm getting pretty tired, fam. I'm getting pretty tired. How's about that spell?
Yeah, so I burn one of my hold persons. I just cast it on some insects so that the spell fizzles. Mm-hmm. And then I will memorize a nap spell from Malachi really fast. Cool. And cast that on him.
Alright, I go to sleep.
Right. An hour later, Malachi wakes up super refreshed.
Okay, time to learn spells, so...
Yeah, while he's on the ground, I'm gonna go and find some berries. Unless I have to go too far out of camp, I don't want to like move very far. But if there's any near camp, I'll pick some and cast Good Berry.
Okay.
And then if they are too far, I'll just wait until after he wakes up and we start going again.
Cool.
It's gonna take me a while to learn spells.
Well, better get started.
Yeah.
Actually, do I find that while he's napping? Because that would actually make the difference of whether I have an extra slot. Yeah.
You could have picked some extra ones the day before.
They have to be fresh picked, is why I'm asking.
Oh.
So I can't. I have to find them when I cast the spell, I think.
Hell yes, you find some berries. In fact, they're in the campground.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So it takes me. I have to burn some sleep spells, and I guess I cast levitate on myself. It lasts for an hour, so if I need to levitate in the next hour, I can do it.
Nice.
So I have to learn magic missile twice. That's 20 minutes. Shield. That's 30 minutes. Invis and glitter dust. That's another 40 minutes. So that's 70 total. And fireball. That's an hour and 40 minutes. I do have to cast monster summoning.
Whoa! You summoned some monsters to do your bidding.
Yeah.
Oh, before all this happens, I actually have one more spell I could cast in the downtime. Could I burn an idea spell? Whenever you're done with monster summoning, could I burn an idea spell?
Yeah, totally. Malachi, can you roll me first roll me a d12.
2.
And now roll me a 2d4.
5.
Okay. 5 huge bats appear. And when I say huge, I mean they've got like a 16-foot wingspan. These are the largest bats you've ever seen in your entire life. These bats are insanely big. They're like condors.
Fucking sweet. All right.
Yeah.
Can I command them or not?
You can command them to attack your enemies.
So I send them back in the direction of Anvil and tell them to attack any humans.
These bats are very uncomfortable out in the daylight, and they start flying back towards Anvil.
Awesome. All right, well, that should deal with anyone following us.
Jesus. Or just like some random guy who's like, I'm gonna go pick some berries. Just,
Oh my god, the bats! No! Yeah.
All right. So it's been 2 hours and 40 minutes since I woke up. Since Van woke up.
yeah. So can I cast idea, Neil?
Of course you can.
So it will remind me of information. I think it will give me something new if it's not an important detail that we forgot. Yeah, the DM may at his discretion tell the player of new information relevant to the condition at hand. And I'm looking for some sort of information related to tracking down Darf.
Well, the information you've got is he's been pretty much heading in a straight shot to the west.
Mm-hmm.
The trail varies just a little, you know, going around this thing. There's like a crevice in the ground, or maybe like an old dried up river. So maybe he like takes an easier route down the banks of the old riverbed than straight forward. But it's pretty much just been a westward walk. And while you have been fairly well traveled for someone of this age, you have never been this far west and north. You've never been this far northwest.
Really? We came out to the Ashlands recently.
Yeah, but now, like, that was further south when you were this far, when you were in the Ashlands before.
Okay. So we're far up north. So we're probably going to hit the forest then. The one right by Thornwood.
That's a few days out from the Ashlands, you expect. So maybe the end of today, maybe the end of tomorrow, maybe sometime the next day. You're not really sure how far that is away from you. You certainly don't see it on the horizon. In fact, it's just kind of flat, barren terrain as far as the eye can see.
All right.
Again, the eye can only see really 3 miles to the horizon, so...
Sure. So I have to do 2 days of rations per day that we're out, right? I've just been like paying to refresh rations whenever we're in like towns or villages.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll drop down 2 days for yesterday.
We keep going.
Yeah, so I guess we just head west. If we're north, we might even go north of Thornwood. Is it that far? Nah, maybe not.
Yeah, like I think to myself that Darf's pretty dumb because I don't think there's any towns straight west from Anvil.
We'll find out. So I think we're just gonna try and pick up this trail again and keep going.
Okay.
Have we passed any sources of water?
Water sources. No,
I have a spell
like
for them.
strong water sources.
I
it's
know
just
we
been
do.
dew. Yeah. No,
I'm
no
worried
rivers,
about
no
Darf.
creeks.
Okay. He's probably going to slow down soon. I guess he's dehydrated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so are there like water skins in the rations? Like I assume we get water with our rations, but are there like empty
the
water
rations
skins?
do not come with water skins. If you guys don't have water skins, you are also being dehydrated.
I know we have skins because Jeeves always has like skins that he fills up for us, right?
Yeah, but he keeps those on the wagon.
I feel like that would probably be something we wouldn't go out because we specifically prepared to go out to the wood. Wouldn't that be something that we like thought up to like take water with us?
Yes, it would be.
I
But somehow
assumed
we
they keep
kind
it
of
wrapped.
glossed over that detail. So
I actually have 2 wine skins.
I'm okay if we're. I'm okay with us being empty on water, but I have a spell specifically to like fill them back up.
Yeah, I have
just-
2.
I just wanna make sure we have
two
the
wine
skins.
skins. I've got 2 wineskins.
Okay.
All right.
So in that case, I'll cast Create Water and just make some more water for us.
Doesn't Goodberry sort us out anyway?
It's a meal, but I don't think it does hydration. I'll double check though.
Okay.
Spend upon a handful.
I don't know where I got 2 wineskins from, but I've got them. Even 2 as well. Like I could understand 1, but why have I got 2?
Yeah, no, it's a full meal, but it doesn't account for water.
Yeah.
But I cast Create Water, which is going to create numerous gallons of water, so we should be fine for the day.
nice.
4 gallons of water for every experience level of the caster, so
Oh
I
my
can create
God,
up
alright.
to.
So
Yeah,
your
you can create up to
wineskins
24
don't even
gallons.
hold- your wineskins each hold a quart.
Yeah, so I can create up to that amount. So I just create enough to like completely fill them up and call it good from there.
And I think the spell will allow you to create them within the wineskins. I don't think it's just like
Yeah.
pops water in front of you. I think you can create it Maybe like you'll create water in and around the wineskins, and then the rest of it will just drop to the ground or something.
Yeah.
I think you can make that happen for you.
Yeah. They actually specifically mentioned, note that water can neither be created nor destroyed within a creature.
Good.
They actually thought that up. They were like, this could actually be an issue.
Yeah.
There's always like weird little edge cases for all the spells that they mention. It's actually pretty impressive how much detail they put into it.
That's why I love second edition, is that it's just everything is created not as a combat system, but as like, you can just make water. You can make water wherever you want. Oh shit, that's a problem. Don't do this. Fantastic. All right. So you guys are hydrated. You got some water. You got some good berries. You're feeling good. Make me another tracking check.
Sure. Let me roll for the number of berries we have, because it's one berry is a meal, right?
Right. So you only need 2.
Yeah, but I can
I guess you
hold on
need
for
4
a
for
while.
the dogs.
Yeah. So I got 4, so that's a meal's worth right there.
Beautiful.
Cool. All right. Well, we make the tracking check then, Vaughn, but we keep looking for.
Yeah. So I can make up to 2 if we spend a while on it. So
Right.
11 is a fail.
Need
Then
7
after a
to
little while,
succeed.
fail.
So
On the bright side-
you pick up the track for a little bit, and then it's just gone.
Okay. I think we're just gonna try and head straight west then, because like we got the rough idea of where he was headed.
Yeah.
So I think we're just gonna try and head straight west as well, and hopefully like we might not go directly in the same direction as him, but he should be off in the distance somewhere is the hope.
Right.
I think every now and again I might shout out, Darth! You're gonna die out here. Where are you? We're not gonna kill you. I'm not mad.
Maybe leave out the last part, Malachi.
Oh, shit. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I think every like 10 minutes or something.
I
I'll
am
shout
gonna
out.
kill you. I am mad.
Did you ever leave out? Did you ever go to the temple for any injuries? Maybe you had to get sewn up or something. They told you this isn't going to hurt. It always hurts.
That's true.
You never believe lines like that.
I'm not actually gonna kill him though. Yeah, you're probably right. I'll just like, Darth, where are you? You're gonna die out here.
Come out wherever you are.
We have water.
Okay. You spend the next day just trekking through the Ashlands without finding anything of interest. It's just a brutal wasteland. The sun is beating down on you. You don't have sunscreen. Neither of you guys have hats. You're getting burned pretty badly.
If it's pretty bad, I've got some spells for that tomorrow.
I've got a hood anyway.
All right, Malachi, you're overheating because you're in like robes. No, you're not in robes. You got some like nice fluffy stuff. You got this hood on. You're just like sweltering in the heat. You guys are having to, like, you go through your water pretty quickly. Do you have multiple crate waters per day?
No, but I can take more tomorrow.
Yeah. It's brutal out here.
Sure.
Maybe after 3 hours, you did lose his trail, but after 3 hours or so, you do come across a long sword and some studded leather armor that has been discarded.
Okay.
Can we try and pick up the truck here?
No. You just got the studded leather and the long sword.
Okay. Well, at least we know we're on the right track.
Yeah.
I think we'll leave that stuff here. Is it like an iron longsword or a bronze one?
It's the bronze one that you guys bought for him.
No, he got his back from the river when we went to deal with the werewolves.
Okay, well, he had a bronze one, I think.
Okay. I was just wondering if he had an iron one, because I'd probably save that for him.
No. The weapon and armor are discarded.
Okay. How? Is it in a sheath?
Yeah.
Sheath.
Discarding his weapons is reckless. He must be in bad shape.
Yeah, he's gonna die if we don't find him soon.
Yeah, make sure you save some water. He'll probably need it when we find him.
Okay. Trying to think if I've got anything to help find him, but I don't.
Okay. You guys keep pushing on through the second day. And at the end of the second day, you still haven't reached anything other than just open wasteland.
All right.
I mean, I try shouting out again into the night. Darth!
Doesn't even echo back at you. It just kind of goes out.
Let's leave it be, Malachi. Let's not attract. Darth may still be out here, but there's plenty of other things that could be out here as well.
How far do we think is the walk to? I guess if we're going straight west, we're going to end up at Rainwood. How far of a walk is that?
You don't really know. You've never been in this part of the world before, and the maps of the time are pretty crappy. You just know that Rainwood is north of Thornwood. You're not sure if it's exactly even with Anvil, or if it's above, or if it's below, but it's in that general area.
How much is the walk from Shirebrook to Thornwood, though? It's
50 miles.
It's like a couple of days, right?
Yeah.
So if we walked for a week, we probably should have got to the Soggy Hills by then. I would say.
A week would definitely get you to the Soggy Hills. Probably less than a week.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's settle in for another night. Do you want to take watches?
Sure, I can actually take a quick nap and be refreshed and be well rested for my watch tonight. And I'm gonna go and cast a nap on myself for a quick hour.
Okay. You nap it up, and then you're gonna keep watch all night.
Yeah,
I'll go to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to burn some first level spells and memorize some new ones. Actually, when I burn Thought Capture. So tell me what that collects for me.
Oh, we should have cast that where the sword and the armor was, because that was probably
at the time.
Yeah. Still, though, if he's walked through here, we might get something, because there's probably not many other people walk through here.
Yeah, that's true.
You captured the thought of water. Water. Oh my god, I'm so thirsty.
Okay. Luckily, he probably won't die before we reach him. Hopefully. He might.
How long between collapsing and dying of thirst, do you think?
I don't know the length. I know people will probably. It's like 4 days, but he's moving. I don't
3 days
know.
without water.
Probably.
It's enough to kill you, so
yeah.
He's probably going to be collapsing at some point tomorrow.
We probably will find him, like, because I would imagine if you're like super dehydrated, you're probably going to be moving more slowly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say so.
So there's probably a good chance, because we're keeping well fed and hydrated, so I imagine we'll catch up.
Okay, let's. I don't need to learn spells tomorrow, so we'll set off at first light. I don't even need a full night's rest, so the second the sun's
so you just get like a quick 4-hour power nap or something, we can go.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys wake up, or I guess you wake Malachi up in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
it's
still dark out.
Yeah, maybe like once the sun, like right at dawn, like before it gets bright up, right when you can start to see the sunlight come in to hit the horizon.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I need to grab some different spells. I guess I'll take another good berry so that we have food.
Maybe take a couple of crate waters.
Yeah, I have 2 of them.
Okay, good.
So yeah, we'll travel along. I'll find some berries at some point. Just let me know if we find any berries at some point, and I'll cast another good berry spell.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we fill our wineskins up with the first crate water.
So burn the nap on myself. So I'll keep that and drop that.
And I like Neil, when Van's gonna cast crate water, I'll take off my robe and then like hold it up to catch some of the water so the dogs can drink from it.
Cool. The dogs drink from it.
Yeah.
They're quite thirsty. The dogs seem more exhausted than you. They don't do very well with heat dissipation, especially because they've got their armor on, and because they're covered in fur. They're not supposed to.
Yeah.
I mean, humans are endurance creatures, right? That's how we did mammoth hunting. Is we just stalk them to death. So the dogs are having a harder time than you are.
Right.
At least when we cast the crate water, all the extra water can just like go on the dogs.
Whenever we cast it, I am sure to like leave at least a little bit in the wineskins every time we finish it. Because I need a single solitary drop to be able to cast Create Water.
Ah, that's pretty cool.
So as long as we keep like just a tiny bit in the, like even probably just the condensation we couldn't get out of the wineskin would probably be enough to do it.
All right, we head out, keeping an eye on the horizon, looking for Darth at first light.
You continue on. This is day 3 of your journey, and after a few hours, you come across, or you start to see on the horizon, trees and a forest.
Okay. We haven't seen any bodies like lying around.
No bodies lying around.
All right. I think Van will start also like sort of keeping a watch out to the sides, like looking around for somebody lying down because he was like he did capture that thought of like I'm so thirsty, so I think he's expecting him to probably collapse in the sand at some point.
Okay. Maybe another half hour out, and you start to see some smoke rising from the edge of the woods. Looks like there's maybe a small village up ahead.
Okay.
Right. Looks like we're headed there.
And,
Van throws the scimitar back into his backpack.
Sure. And an hour or so later, you come across this small village.
Okay, well, he's probably in here, Van. If we
Hopefully.
didn't see him in the desert, he's probably here.
Yeah.
Let's
So you guys are currently outside the village,
Yeah.
on the edge of the woods. You can see the village is like partial in the woods, partial out of the woods. It was probably once upon a time built on the edge of the woods, and they just like cut the trees back, except for some areas where they let it stay in.
Sure.
The village is on the smaller side, so maybe like 300 or 400 people.
Okay.
That's good. By the way, Van, absolutely sick of this heat, casts endure heat on, or cold and heat on himself.
Nice.
Meaning I am totally comfortable in temperatures as high as 130 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow. So I say when we get to the village, is there an inn here or a tavern?
Well,
the first
shit,
person.
more travelers. We ain't got
you-
more. We ain't got an inn, but
The traveler came
travelers.
through here before. Was he? Did he only have one eye?
yeah. How you know him? You a
Yeah,
friend of yours?
Yeah, he is. We've been following him.
Well, shit, he almost died, man.
Yeah, we have all this extra water. We were trying to catch up to him to give it to him. We know that he's been dying of thirst.
Well, that poor dumb son of a bitch is laid up in the mayor's house.
All right. Can you take us there?
Yeah, surely we can. He walks you over towards the mayor's house in the village.
All right. We head up. I think Van just gives him one of the wineskins when we get there.
Wait, let's. We're in the mayor's house, Van. He might. If he freaks out, just play it cool.
Yeah.
He's delirious because of the heat.
So you guys have the villager takes you to the mayor's house, which is the only two-story building in town. It's what do you call it? Like a half timber building. It's got the like wood planks with plaster holding it all together.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like there is a servant out front who is tending to the garden. Maybe not a servant, maybe a gardener. Definitely someone from that class, that social class.
Mm.
Go ahead, Van.
I think Van just walks up and says, "A man should have come in recently, near dead from dehydration. He's a
looks
friend
at
of
you,
ours."
He looks at your armor, looks at your weapon, and goes, "Is there some sort of problem here, sir?"
No, he's a friend of ours. We've been following him through the Ashlands.
I should go get his honor, and why don't you just wait right here?
Sure.
The gardener or servant or whatever hops inside real quick, and a few minutes later steps back out with the mayor beside him. You can definitely tell he's the mayor because he's got like a nice, cleanly pressed vest on with a big kind of poofy bow tie and a wide-brimmed top hat. It's really weird. It's like wide and tall, and he's got a corn cob pipe in his mouth. Comes out with one hand tucked into his vest, one hand on his pipe, who goes, And who might you all be?
Friends of the traveler that you took in. The one who nearly collapsed from dehydration? Or I imagine did collapse after he made it to your house.
Uh-huh. And if you're friends of his, why weren't you walking with him?
He went ahead of us. We tracked him through the Ashlands.
Well, that's damn foolish of him.
I agree.
He's not the brightest spark.
But he is a good heart.
He takes a puff on his pipe for a few moments. And, if you don't mind my asking, why are you all so heavily armed? Your friend came in here with nothing but his clothes.
He was armed and armored, but he took it off in the Ashlands. We found it. He left some leather armor and a sword. I assume because it was too hot, too heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And as for why we're armed, would you go traveling through the wilderness unarmored and unarmed?
I'm not stupid. I wouldn't go traveling through the Ashlands.
We know how to take care of ourselves. We're rather well seasoned. Listen, you can hold on to this scimitar if you want. I don't really care. Can I just see my friend, please?
Puffs on his pipe for a few moments looking at you guys. Now, why would your friend go on ahead half-starving, mostly dehydrating himself, discarding his weapons and armor along the way, with you guys trailing behind? That has a fishy smell to it. Granted, I've never been to the ocean, I've never smelled a fish, but it smells fishy to me.
Why don't you just go tell him that there's 2 people here to see him?
Excuse me, I am the mayor of this town. You are visitors. You will answer my questions or you will not see this supposed friend of yours.
I don't know why he left. That's why we followed him. We want to know what's going on.
He left. You said he went on ahead. Now we're getting to the heart of the problem here. If this friend left you, you really think he wants to see you?
Why don't you go ask him?
Is this gonna be problematic?
I have no intention of this coming to violence. I simply want to speak to him. Like I said, you can hold on to the scimitar.
Well,
I really don't care.
He has not regained consciousness yet. He is still unconscious.
I'm a cleric. I might be able to help him. I reach into my pouch and I pull out the symbol of Cheese.
I've seen a lot of holy symbols passed around these days. Why don't you give me some proof that you're a cleric, and maybe then I'll start believing you. But this tale's got a certain odor to it. If you're a cleric, you ought to be able to perform some minor miracle for me, right?
Sure. Is there anybody injured nearby? I could heal them. Wound injury, the kind like a flesh wound. Somebody who got bit by an animal of some kind, or I don't know, impaled by something. Anything.
Well, why don't we go find out? Take a walk with me, boys. And he walks you into the village.
I was gonna drown him like a fire hose at first. But I didn't want to waste a spell.
Right.
I want to actually like do something if I'm going to cast something.
He walks you guys into the village, kind of walks around and shouts out loudly, "Is anyone hurt? We got a bona fide cleric in town willing to cure anyone's wounds who are injured. Step on up." And a small crowd starts to gather around you guys. One person, kind of rolling his eyes, comes out and goes, "Yeah, I hit my thumb with a hammer yesterday. Look at it. Nails turning all purple." He holds his thumb out to you.
Yeah, so I cast Cure Light Wounds on the thumb.
The purple fades away, the nail kind of re-knits itself, and he just takes a step back, surprised that this actually happened. The mayor takes the cord and pipe out of his mouth and goes, "Oh, well, shit.
Is
Sorry,
anyone else
son. You
more-
can never be too careful with travelers these days, especially heavily armed types like yourself.
I understand.
I hope you understand we have a lot of reason to be suspicious of y'all here."
Sure. If anybody is more, he casts this to the crowd. If anyone is more seriously injured, I have 2 spells left that are a bit more potent than that one. Let me know.
A couple of people come up. One of them's got, a broken arm, and another person's
Okay.
got some other small injuries.
Sure. I'll heal the person with the smaller injuries, and I told the person with the broken arm I can fix it tomorrow.
Okay. The mayor, tells everyone to go back to your business. The cleric here will be here for a day or so. He will be happy to tend to all of your injuries in time, but we have some more pressing matters at hand. Get on back to your business. Y'all got to get work to do. Come on, boys. Why don't you come back to my house? We'll get all this business sorted out. And real sorry about putting you through that trial, boys. It's just, times like these are dangerous, and I got to see to my people first.
No, I understand. Thank you for taking good care of my friend.
Hey, yeah, no, don't mention it. And
Alright.
at this point, why don't we take our break, and we'll see all of you guys in about 5 or 6 minutes. Bye.
All right. Bye.